All right, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges, and honestly, one of the biggest costs in any AI data center. How do you manage those super powerful and super expensive GPU resources? Today, we're going to walk through a whole suite of open source tools that are designed to help you get the absolute most out of your hardware. So let's start by really defining the problem we're up against.
But first, a really quick but important heads up. This is Module 4 of a 10-part tutorial on open source tools for AI data centers, and it's all based on a comprehensive report from Virtualization Options LLC. Just remember, this is general guidance, it comes with no warranty, and it's definitely not financial, technical, or legal advice. We always recommend you chat with your own pros before you take action. You know, these modules just scratch the surface of the full report.
So, what's the big problem we're really trying to solve here? Well, it all boils down to one word: efficiency. We've got these incredible GPUs, but way too often, they're just sitting there, not doing much. And that's pretty much like leaving stacks of cash on the table.
And believe me, the stakes are sky high. Think about this. A single NVIDIA A100 GPU can set you back around $30,000. Now imagine you have racks full of them. Every second they're idle.
Well, that's a massive financial drain.
But you know what? This is also where the real opportunity is. Without the right management, your typical GPU utilization is probably hanging out around 70%. But with the right tools, you can get that number up to 95%. That 25-point gap, that's a huge amount of wasted power and money, and that's exactly what we're going to fix. Okay, so how do we start closing that gap? Well, like with any big problem, the very first step is getting visibility. You've heard it a million times, but it's true. You just can't manage what you can't measure. And this is where our first open source tool steps into the spotlight. Let me introduce you to NVIDIA's Data Center GPU Manager, or DCGM for short. This is really the foundation for seeing exactly what's happening inside your GPUs. It's an open source tool that's built for deep, comprehensive monitoring and diagnostics. It helps you see not just performance, but also spot potential problems before they become big headaches. And this is what that visibility looks like in the real world. DCGM is the engine that collects all that critical telemetry, you know, the raw data straight from the hardware, and it uses it to power these real-time dashboards. This gives you an instant visual pulse on your entire GPU fleet. And the level of detail you get here is just incredible. We're not just talking about some high-level utilization number. No, DCGM tracks memory, power usage, and temperatures. It even keeps an eye on things like ECC errors and can tell you which specific process is using which GPU. It's unbelievably granular.
Okay, so once we can see what's happening, what's the next logical step? We have to automate the management side of things, right? We need to put all those day-to-day operations on autopilot, especially when you're dealing with a huge dynamic environment like a Kubernetes cluster.
And for that job, we've got the GPU operator. This is another fantastic open source tool that basically automates the rollout of all the NVIDIA stuff you need, drivers, plugins, the whole shebang, right across your Kubernetes cluster. It just gets rid of a ton of painful manual setup and makes sure everything is consistent.
So the GPU operator makes this whole process seamless. First, its device plugin automatically finds all the physical GPUs and basically tells Kubernetes, hey, these are ready to go. Then, the Kubernetes scheduler does its thing and assigns workloads, or pods, to those available GPUs. And finally, the container runtime jumps in, mounts the device correctly, and sets up the whole CUDA environment. It's a beautiful, automated workflow.
So, we've got monitoring and we've got automation. Now we can start getting into the really advanced strategies for squeezing every single drop of performance out of our hardware. And the key to unlocking that next level of efficiency? It's all about sharing. Which brings us to a really important question. How in the world can you let a bunch of smaller jobs share one of those $30,000 GPUs without them all tripping over each other? How do you maintain both performance and isolation? Well, luckily for us, our open source toolkit gives us two main ways to solve this puzzle: multi-instance GPU, which we call MIG, and GPU time slicing. They both get you to the same goal, sharing, but, and this is important, they do it in very different ways. Okay, understanding the trade-offs here is absolutely crucial. MIG gives you true hardware-level isolation. It literally carves up a GPU into smaller, totally independent instances. This makes it perfect for multi-tenant setups where you need guaranteed, predictable performance. Time slicing, on the other hand, is a software approach. It just lets different processes take quick turns using the GPU.
It's way more flexible. It works on pretty much all GPUs, and it's fantastic for workloads that have kind of sporadic usage, like developer Jupyter notebooks.
So we've covered monitoring with DCGM, automation with the GPU operator, and sharing with MIG and time slicing. Let's pull all these pieces together and look at this as one cohesive toolkit that you can use to crush that efficiency problem we started with.
Here's a really simple way to think about it. If your goal is to monitor what's going on, you reach for DCGM to get that deep visibility. If you need to automate your setup in Kubernetes, the GPU operator is your best friend. If you have to share a GPU and you need that rock-solid isolation and performance, you use MIG. And if you want to share with broader compatibility for workloads that aren't super critical, time slicing is the perfect fit. It's that simple.
And that brings us right back to where we started. We identified that big gap between a typical 70% utilization and that target of 95%. So now, armed with this amazing open source toolkit for monitoring, automation, and sharing, the real question isn't just, is it possible? The real question is, how close can your data center get?